So,
are we live now?
Yeah, we're going live within 2 seconds. Can you take some time, please? Kia ora, this is your host Mahfouz from Multicultural Youth Association of Canterbury. I need to apologize to all of our viewers. There is a technical issue. We couldn't log in and there were issues with Facebook as well. We have sorted it out and I'm really, really sorry on behalf of our group as well. And I welcome all of our guests tonight and thank you very much for coming. Thank you for being with us and thank you for have all the patience in the world during the time we had this technical difficulties. And again, technicality, like we can't really control every time. But thank you very, very much. Tonight's episode is all about migrants, problems, issues, and concerns. I'm just going to wait for a few more people to join us. I'm just going to wait for a few more people to join us. Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yeah.
Yes.
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 I had Kaniz with me. Kaniz, thank you very much. She is the licensed immigration advisor and proprietor of Mentors Immigration Law in New Zealand. So Kaniz has been a friend of us for very long, and she has been very kind to say her approval to come here and talk to us today as well.
Thank you, Mahfouz, for inviting me, to be honest, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to come here and speak on behalf of all of you and to answer all your questions.
Thank you very much, Kaniz. I'll just go for a little bit of introduction from your side. So if you just introduce yourself about your immigration law dealing experience and kinds of stuff.
Well, as you have mentioned, my name is Kaniz Fatima Lima and I'm from Bangladesh. I'm a licensed immigration advisor. I have been in the industry for last 3 years. And my called Mentors Immigration and Law. We are mainly based in Auckland, and our second operation is in Tauranga. And that's about it for now. That's the initial introduction from my side. I guess we are not here to talk about my side of the story. It's mainly about the migrant community who we want to mainly focus on and talk about and to hear their stories and how we can help them.
Excellent. Thank you very much. We have got quite a bit of guests with us tonight. I'll start with from the left side. I can see Shuchi. If you just introduce yourself a bit, please.
Hi, my name is Shuchi. I live in New Zealand. I've been in New Zealand for about 4 years. I was visiting my parents in Tanzania when I was stranded offshore. I am here on a visitor visa, so we asked the government during the pandemic to extend my visa, which has been done until the 29th of June. So when that visa ends, I'm not really sure where I can go. So yeah, it's just a critical situation for me, and I would really like to come back to New Zealand because that's where my home, my partner, and my job is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we will be able to talk about that tonight. I will go to left side. I can see Daljit. Daljit, if you just introduce yourself, please.
Hi guys, my name is Daljit. I'm one of the migrant workers, been in New Zealand from last 7 years now. So because of the COVID-19, lost my job as well. And I'm facing pretty much hardships at the moment in terms of dealing with myself financial wise and even mentally wise as well. Trying to apply so many jobs, but as having a background from hospitality, there is not as such jobs available, and no as such things has been announced by the government at the moment for that we can able to get anything. So just trying to unite and make everyone bring together so that we'll be able to, find out some solutions for it.
Thank you very much. That's very nice of you, Daljit. I can see Bharat from India. Bharat, if you just introduce yourself, please.
Hello, hi. My name is Bharat. I'm working as a chef now. So I've been in New Zealand since 2015. So almost is more than 5 years. So recently I lost my job as well. So we are in very difficult situation at the moment. So like what I noticed with this current situation is people are very happy to give a jobs to us. But the thing is like, our visa is attached to a employer. So that is the biggest problem with us at the moment. So as you can see, everybody is here in the same platform. So everybody have same problems like me. So it's not like we are not getting a job. We are getting a job. But the thing is like, we don't have any right to work with other employer. So we are only just requesting government and higher authorities just to give a opportunity as like, for at this difficult times, at least we can work for some other employer, and only for time being, then later on they can come back to the normal situation like how they did while when there was a lockdown. Like, at least they can give us a very like, relaxation in the visa. At least we can work for now, because it's really hard for us to pay our rents and so many other things. So please, my request to like everyone who are here, and not only here, like everybody, please just help us and try to understand our situations.
Thank
Yeah,
you, Bharat. We're going to talk about that tonight a little bit more as well. I will quickly go to Miyako. Miyako belongs from the Greater Japan Society, and she lives in Auckland. Miyako, if you just quickly introduce yourself, please, a bit.
Yes, I'm Miyoko. I live in Auckland and I'm on open work visa based on partnership with my partner. He has a work visa, so I have right to work, and I left my job last December, and then I was on job hunt, then lockdown came in, then now we are in recession, and I work for administration kind of job. So now it's for one position, 300 people applies, and it's very difficult. But so I live on my saving, but no support from the government except a few food parcel after paying tax for years here. So uh, I wish the government recognizes the hard work of migrants and try to help us in this difficult time. That's what I hope.
Thanks, Miyako. That was something that we are also looking for. Sandeep, if you can hear us and give us a little bit of introduction about you and your background.
Yeah, so myself Sandeep, and I'm also one of for you guys that in the same situation as well. I was working in a as a restaurant supervisor in a hotel in Fox Glacier, and I lost my job in this COVID-19, and then now I don't see any hope getting this job, but getting job anywhere else in the New Zealand, because our visa is attached to our employer. So if we don't have employment, our visa lapse too. And I'm with my family. I have two kids with me, and they both born in here. And I've been here in New Zealand from 6 years, and now I don't see any kind of hope.
All right, so we talk about that hope and frustration and everything, of course. The next is Dev. Dev, if you just little bit of introduction and tell what kind of situation you're going through. Sorry, I'm taking a little bit of time because we are quite a bit of number at the moment. I'm pretty sure we are 9 or 10 at the moment, right? So it's going to take some time to let us know what's happening to all of you. Dev, please.
Hi guys, this is Dave here. Actually, I'm living in New Zealand from 2015, and I'm working there as an assistant manager in Burgerville. And I came in Bangladesh in 3rd of March, and currently I'm stuck here. My flight back was 30th of March, and when I came back here, my wife got her visa as well. So and my job is still available. My employer is ready to help me, and my visa is still valid, and it will expire in next year. But my main aim is to work with everyone, so that whoever lost job, whoever lost visa due to COVID-19 situation, I want everyone to go back to New Zealand with valid work permit and everything.
Right, yeah. I have a lot of questions to coming to you later as well. I'll quickly go to Maruf. Maruf, if you can hear us and give us a little bit of introduction, please.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I can hear you. Good evening, guys. My name is Maruf. I lived in Auckland. I have been living in New Zealand since 2015. I came here in Bangladesh 20th of February this year and definitely got stuck. I came here due to my dad's illness. He needed to do bypass surgery, but we couldn't do anything. So yeah, we are here like all of you. Thank you.
We'll get back to you more soon as well. Ravi, if you just quickly tell about you as well, please.
Hi, thank you, Maruf. My name is Mohammed Rubi Islam, and I have been living here for almost 5 years. So a couple of months back, my father-in-law has passed away. So as a result, my wife and my daughter, they went to Bangladesh for the funeral activities. And for the certain period, I mean, for the COVID-19, they just stuck over there. And I'm so much worried about my daughter's study because like for last couple of months, she's not going to schools. And at this moment, I think my partner, like she needs very much support from me. And I'm missing too much to them. And I hope, I mean, they will be here soon, but they're stuck right at this moment.
All right. I think the last person, we are pretty familiar with her at the moment. Everybody knows about Nidhi. Nidhi, I really want you to give an introduction as well. People want to hear from you as well.
Most of the people already know me. My name is Nidhi, and finally, yes, so I did lose my job as well, though I am on a essential skill visa at the moment, which the application is still pending. I'm still waiting. So things have changed much from last time I came online with you guys, but just looking forward for some positives, that's all. There are a few things we've been repeating that for a while now. So we just want a little bit support from the government and compassion. Why we expect that is because that's been shown in the past as well. So it's been a while that compassion comes towards migrants as well. And that's the basic thing why we are on this one platform.
Thank you. Thank you. Have I covered everybody here, or is there anybody who hasn't done the introduction part? Have we all done right?
Yeah.
Right, so let me introduce me and my group. Multicultural Youth Association of Canterbury has been working for quite a while now, and we have been in touch with a lot of migrant communities and different ethnicities as well. And people are constantly calling us and telling us to look at the situation. And unfortunately, we're not the policymakers. What we can do actually to raise our voice to the policymakers, but we will talk a lot about that. Kanis, thank you very much again for coming to our show. First question to you as an immigration advisor, Kanis. All these people who are having a essential skill work visa, if they do not have the job, legally can they stay in this country? Or the people who are stuck in offshore, legally can they come back? What does Immigration New Zealand say about that? Kani, is up to you, please.
Well, thank you for your question, Mahfouz. The thing is, I am also waiting for that answer from the government as well, especially from our Minister, Immigration Minister Ian Lee Galloway, Mr. Galloway. So he still needs to clarify what is the future of the migrant workers who are stuck overseas, as well as who has lost their jobs here in New Zealand. As far as we know, in the month of April, 40,000 people lost their job, and we are expecting 80,000 to lose their jobs by November, and by Christmas, 120,000.
40,000. That's a big number, yeah.
So, the migrants in the past and still are the biggest contributor of contributors to New Zealand economy, especially with their hard work and paying taxes and everything else. They have always contributed to this country and its economy and developing taking it to its next level and everything. But again, I am still waiting for that answer as well. We have recently heard, I'm sure everyone has seen the news that New Zealand residents and citizens, their partners are being allowed now without exemptions, and they don't have to travel with their families. But the minister still haven't given us a clear indication or any sort of hint where what they plan to do with the essential skilled workers or their partners or people who are on visa who are stuck in the overseas. So I am looking for that answer as well. Hopefully we will hear something from the government and from the minister as soon as, and that's what we are working on collectively, the workers and us immigration advisors and lawyers. We are also working on that too. We also want an answer from them as soon as possible.
Thank you, Ganesh. I'm just getting some comments. I need to read them. There is a very constructive comment. We need to put more pressure on government. Yes, we did. Tanvir Hassan from Bangladesh, thank you very much for watching. And those people who are saying hi and hello, thank you very much. Just when it comes to the feedback to the government, the difference that I'm trying to make from my organization, I need to make it very open to everybody who is watching at the moment. We want the minister to give us a specific date. Now, I have been watching quite a few organizations and persons have been met minister as well. Yesterday, there was a meeting in between Indian Worker Association and the Minister of Immigration. And then still the same result is coming. The result is there is a timeline they need. Now, when it comes to timeline, it frustrates me. It frustrates everybody because now I understand we are all saying that, okay, wait. But how long we can wait? Right? How long is the capacity? Now, some of you, maybe like for an example, if you have to wait for 3-4 months, you might lose your job. Now you are in a closed visa. We don't know what exactly going to happen. And this is where I'm going to make my standing very clear. Okay. I have been talking to the policymakers, talking about a date. I need a specific date. And till the date comes, I need the minister to discuss the amnesty. That means whoever is sitting back home, stranded in overseas, they should have an amnesty on their visas and situation. And I'm pretty sure that's going to come. I'll just put a comment. We just need a time frame from the government. That's what exactly I said to your viewers so that we could plan. Yeah, so that's what exactly we said. Now, coming back to your situation, coming back to all of your situation, how do you feel? What is your feeling at the moment? Do you feel, are you happy wherever you are? What is your mental situation at the moment? The reason because I'm asking about that, I have seen a lot of hashtag last week that, okay, mental health. I'm pretty sure you guys know there is a very sad demise of a Bollywood superstar as well, right? So I want to know how you guys are keeping yourself well. Any of you, if you just want to talk about that, please.
Yes. Yes, Marcus, wait. Actually, I can tell you my routine for last 45 days. That every morning I wake up, I take my phone, I check what's going on, what's the news in there, and the whole day goes like this. I watch those live session of different LIS, and I watch what ministers are saying about, and literally I can't sleep at night. Trust me, I can't sleep at night.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we are with you. I'm not here to make you demotivated. Like Nidhi, I have been talking to you quite a while now. Shuchi, I have been in touch with you even though you are not in the country, right? We are with you, and then you have to understand that to keep your mental health is the most preferable thing for us. Kanis, is there any instruction about immigration that if the migrants' mental health is going declined, is there any way Immigration New Zealand can provide exemption?
Well, we don't have a specific instruction from the government or the immigration minister, which is quite shambolic, to be honest. That it's been 3 months since the we are dealing with this, and the government or the minister can come up with a specific date that we all are waiting for, or on specific instruction. It puts not only the migrant workers, it puts everyone, to be honest, in a frustrated position, because we get these questions every day, and it is I do really want to give an straight instruction. It is just with the current situation, with the epidemic, the pandemic response, the government has already put in force they have increased the visas, which should help a few people whose visas were extended till September 25th. I'm not. After that, what's going to happen? We don't have a clear instruction from the government or from the minister, which we are putting a lot of pressure on the minister as well as the government to come up with an instruction so that we can guide everyone, migrant workers, students, visitor visa holders, everyone and their partners who wants to reunite with their families, as well as want to come back to their career and start their life. So yes, we are still waiting for that answer. Unfortunately, with the mental health section, we don't have a clear answer on that.
I'll go back to Shuchi. Shuchi, how are you keeping yourself up? Now let me tell you Shuchi's story. Let me tell you Shuchi's story a bit. But I think I got a guest. Just coming back. Sorry guys, it's quite a lot of people, right? We are 10 of us. It's going to be a completely different format, Nidhi. Like, so you need to excuse me as well. So I may not be able to go back to each of you on time, but I will get back to all of you. Shuchi, I'm just going to hold you up for a second. I'm going to talk about your specific situation. I can see there is somebody trying to log into our meeting. So, all right, so we can wait for the Shuchi. You can continue, and when the guest comes, we will just talk to the guest as well. And I believe that's a very special guest, and I believe the person who is logging in is the most special guest for tonight. And I'm going to keep it a surprise for some time. I haven't told you about that, but it's a very, very special guest. She is here with us. Hello, can you hear me?
I am Salsabila.
Walaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm fine. My name is Salsabila.
Her name is Salsabila. Salsabila, tell us about you. You're so cute, mashallah.
I'm from Bangladesh.
You're from Bangladesh. Yeah, I understand you're from Bangladesh. Thank you very much for joining.
I am the daughter of MD Robiul Islam.
All right, so Salsabila is Robi's daughter. So she is the surprise for him today. I contacted them back home. I just wanted her to see her dad. Thank you very much for joining. Do you want to say something to this nice uncle and aunties? And then we'll go to your dad later. Do you want to say something to these nice aunties and uncles? Can you hear us?
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm the student of Mount Ruskell Primary School.
Yeah. Carry on. All right. So say something to.
And
Thank you.
1 year back, my granddad passed away, so we came.
So you came to Bangladesh, right? And then you couldn't come back. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, now I'm stuck here.
You will not be stuck too long, sweetie. We will bring you back. Do you want to say something to Dad? Do you miss him? Can you hear us? Thank you very much.
I can't hear you guys.
You can't hear us? Okay, all right. So there must be a microphone issue, but we can hear you very much, and we know how much you miss your dad. Right?
Thanks.
Do you miss your dad? So we will get you back.
Well, I will add to
Thank
that.
you.
I met her in person. She's very, very lovely, and she's very attached to her dad. I'm surprised she has been away from him, separated from him for a while, which is a shame.
It's a shame. It's a pity. Yes. Thank you, Robbie. So before you go to Shuchi, we want to hear something from you. Do you miss your daughter? How good it feels to see her again, even though on screen, guys? That's the best I could have done.
To be honest, for the last couple of months, like she's asking to me, when I can, join my school and when I can hug you. Be honest, I don't have any answer for this, like for her questions. Except, quite and a little bit of, it's frustrating and fascinating to me,
Thank you very much, Salsabila, for joining us. And I'm very sure all of us, we want to see her here, right?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Rubin, for keeping my request. And we wish you all the very best. We'll be in touch. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sweetie. We'll see you again. Coming back to Shuchi. Shuchi, sorry, I had to take that special guest.
No worries.
I just try what I can do. I'm not a big person, but I just try to see how I can boost up the mental health. I have been in a very bad situation for myself as well. And there are things happening to my life as well. I have to share here. I have got phone calls since I know most of you have seen yesterday one of my posts, and later I deleted. I had got really I would have said abusive phone calls and things like that for a couple of days. but I decided, Shuchi, I'm not going to back off. All right. I'm going to do the maximum what I can do. Coming back to you, it's not about me, it's about you. Coming back to you, how does it feel like? Just tell us about your situation. I know about your partner, your condition. Just tell our viewers what is happening with you.
So I was visiting my parents in Tanzania. I got an ordinary visitor visa for 90 days, and I was traveling back on the 19th of March. I was on board my flight, and then when I reached Dubai, they didn't let me board my connecting flight to Auckland. Even though I had checked in and I was in transit, and they told me the rules had changed while I was flying from Tanzania to Dubai.
Can I stop you here? Sorry about that. So everybody here who are listening us, so the rules are changed. Can I replace that? Can I replace that word with system? Can I make a synonym here?
Yeah.
So if we use the word system, then you mean to say you cannot come back here because there is a system in place, right? Let me show you what.
Yes.
Let me show all of you who are watching me. Let me show all of you, Kanis. Let me show you as well, Kanis. You are dealing with immigration, and I think we need to see that. All right.
Of course. Of course.
Just a second. So. I'm just gonna play a video for a second. Not even the video. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
That's our Honorable Prime Minister. I had a huge respect for her. Okay, whatever she have done, huge respect. But I just want to show you one line. All of you, Miyako, if you can watch me, or anybody like who are with me at the moment, the viewers. This case represents an unacceptable failure of the system. Right? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that means, Suchi, the system has failed. So you have been stranded overseas for a system that is not in proper standard. How do you feel about that?
It's frustrating, honestly, for both me and my partner, because we never expected this to happen, and it's my visa here has ended, and I had to request the government, the local authorities in Tanzania, to extend my visa, and I had to provide them proof of why I can't come back to New Zealand.
So what happens if your Tanzanian visa got, for an example, you face deportation there? Can I ask you a question, immigration-wise? If Shuchi faced deportation in Tanzania, what's going to be looking likely her future application in New Zealand? Because as I understand, New Zealand visa applicant have to declare any visa, deportation or visa expiry.
Yes.
Like that. How does it look into her case?
Well, definitely it doesn't look good on her case.
But who is responsible? Is Shuchi responsible? Because is it like, have you guys watched a movie? It's called No One Killed Jessica. I don't know, like it's a kind of famous Indian movie, right? Okay. So I would have said nobody deported Shuchi, like nobody make a ban to Shuchi. She just banned herself. Is that looking like that?
Well, yes, it does. It is quite, as I said before, it is quite, it is a system failure, as well as it is a shame, and it is sad that we are going through this hard time.
Can I add some more comments here, if everybody allows me?
Yeah.
Muhammad Anas, there is a comment came to Facebook. Very interesting. I'm going to read it. Community members, I'll read it. Just let me know if you can hear me. Community members had given the proposal to immigration minister and New Zealand government that they will help to New Zealand government. Yes, they did. I am accepting. They did. And in the same time, I will show you what community members are accepting. All right. From tomorrow, I might not be able to help you at all. But now I have to be very open to everybody who is watching me in New Zealand and outside of New Zealand. So everybody who is with me, I'm going to put an interesting statement. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Kanis, our Deputy Prime Minister, Mr. Winston Peter, Honorable Mr. Winston Peter, said that it is that emergency grant, Sandeep. It is for you people to have the grant, right?
Yeah.
In the same paragraph, the next paragraph, Daljit, Maruf, Dev, whoever is listening me, whoever is with me, if tomorrow I'm not here, this is the truth.
Yeah.
Foreign nationals should be seeking depart New Zealand as soon as possible if they cannot support themselves here. I can show you 100 community pages, Shuchi. I can show you 1,000 community pages, Nidhi. I can show you 1 million people shared this post congratulating this. And I have a serious doubt what our community is doing on research. I have a serious doubt. Kanis, coming back to you. If the immigrant doesn't have a job, doesn't have a valid visa status after September, right? For an example, what is the point of giving them food and shelter and emergency because they can't legally stay here?
No, they can't. So there is no point, as you said. Again, it is a government failure. They will have to answer. September 21st is the election day. So as a community, we do need to raise our voice and raise these issues, which is why I think we are all here to question these concerns and question these system failure and why, and these ministers and everyone who are in that cabinet, sitting in that in the government, they all need to acknowledge what the migrant workers has done for the country. So they have to acknowledge that. I mean, we will get over COVID-19, and what's going to happen after that? New Zealand's reputation is at stake because of a system failure. So that's not going to look very good on the government, will it?
Thank you very much. That's not going to look on the government and New Zealand as well. Coming back to Maruf, if you're with us. So migrants like Maruf who have invested huge amount of money, right? Or time, pure labor, pure skill in New Zealand. And he doesn't know when you're going to come back. But can I add something? That system, the same system, Shuchi, that told you cannot come back. The same system that make Robi's wife and the daughter separated. The same system make Nidhi to lose her visa. The system that makes Sandeep to think about his future. The system that make Daljit to think about the future of New Zealand, right? That same system allows 2 women, travelers from UK, came here, not being tested, went to travel. Our health minister has no statement about that at the beginning, and then he made a statement. And then those 2 travelers have traveled pretty much everywhere. They came to a funeral. God knows how many people they were in touch to. So it is just because, Kanis, is it just because they are New Zealanders, like New Zealand passport holders? I don't mind New Zealanders. Seriously, I do understand the government preference. New Zealanders should come back. New Zealanders should come back at the beginning. That's how every country works. But when it comes to testing, that thing didn't happen. When it comes to proper measurement, that thing never happened. And we, the migrant, are actually proposing from our group, Maruf. I have proposed the government that, look, every migrant who want to come back has to go to a New Zealand approved doctor, Kanis, like an immigration medical center. And before they fly, they can be 14 days quarantine, Daljit, right? And all the viewers are listening. When they fly back, when they come to New Zealand, they can go back to again 14 days quarantine on their own cost.
Yeah.
Why you not letting them come back and you telling them to wait, and you let people to come back with COVID-19, tested, traveled, visited, and made the whole country in danger. And now, if the government coming to me and tell me, Miyako, today, if the government come to me and tell me this is the system's failure, my question to all of you, all of my viewers, who is system? Who is government? System and government are separate? Then this is the first time I'm hearing something very different. Your explanation, Maruf, you want to say something?
Yes, definitely. I agree what you're saying. And the thing is, yeah, I told already, I've been here for 5 years. I've been working in the same company. I've always been working full time, always paid all the taxes, and still paying all the dues and everything. And I have to see this. Whereas we, raise that issue as well, we'd be paying our quarantine cost, and we'll be paying all the, what do you call it, the testing, if they do the test. Then we are ready to do all of them. And yes, it's demotivating us a lot. I shouldn't say, but I myself, I try to motivate people in whatever ways I can. That's one of my habits. But like now, I was saying a couple of days back to you as well that I was asking for your help, Mr. Murphy, that I can't sleep at night. Yeah. Then you suggested no, but just wait. Something's good can happen. At some stage, you told me to wait. So yeah, all of us, we are having the same issue. We just need to know why, what's separating us, like the system, the government.
I'll tell you what's separating us. Maruf. Thank you. The separating us, I got a very interesting comment from one of my ex-colleague, Aline from Brazil. She says, because we can't vote, this is why they don't care about us. Kanis, do you think that's one of the factors, voting? Migrants do not have voting rights.
Well, this is an unprecedented situation, to be honest, right now. So it could be because yes, the migrant workers cannot vote. That could be one possible reason. But again, during an epidemic, any government would look after their own first. But then where they went wrong is taking care of their own. They're putting the others who are significant contributors to the economy, to the country. They are neglecting those.
Okay. Can I give an example? Kani? Sorry to stop you here. Nidhi, so did you study in New Zealand? Nidhi, can you hear me? Have we lost Nidhi?
No, she's here. She just
No, Nidhi's there.
Nidhi, did you study in New Zealand?
Me, yes, I did.
Yes. How much you paid? How much tuition fees you paid? Like just a rough figure.
$30,000.
30,000 New Zealand dollar. How much it is in Indian currency? Like approximately?
It's somewhere around.
I think it's somewhere around 18 lakhs.
18 lakhs, yes.
18
I'm still paying the loan.
So the funny thing is, Nidhi studied here. Nidhi got a job. She went back to see her dad. She can't come back, but the new students will pay the full fees. They can come back actually after some time. How do you feel about that, Nidhi?
That's right.
What is your perspective, your opinion about that?
I don't mind the international students coming back to the country. That's going to give them economic, the economic boost to the country. What is our fault?
I'm going to stop you.
However,
so that's going to make New Zealand having economic boost. So you mean to say, if you come back, you are not going to part of the economy anymore?
No, I was still completing my statement. You interrupted me in between.
I did it purposely, Nidhi. My job.
I'm just saying that I don't mind international students coming back, but what my concern is that before giving people who did not have a life there an opportunity to come back to the country and give them the economic boost, I think it's our right, our legal right to come to the country first, and then go ahead and start our life back as well. That is what my concern is at this point of time. I am not saying that don't call the international students back, but I'm saying we should be given priority over the international students.
That is exactly what I'm saying. I'm in teaching. I want students to come back in this country. But my point is the people should get priority who has the previous record and the track record, who make New Zealand their home. Exactly. I'll go back to Bharat. Bharat, how is your situation at the moment? Are you from Auckland, right? You're living in Auckland at the moment?
Yeah, I'm in Auckland at the moment. So our situation is completely different from these people. Like we are in this country, but still we are facing problems like you, because the thing is like we don't have jobs at the moment, and so we are trying for jobs. So whenever we call immigration, they were saying you try your job as soon as possible. But the thing is like when we go for the job interviews, as you all everybody knows that, so they want to give first priority to the citizens, residents, then migrants. Okay, what is the point then? Like when they come to migrants, still there is a labor test and all these things. So they really want us to work for them, for the employers, but the thing is they can't support us. So we are just asking the system to change, at least, for the relaxation on the visas. That can helpful for everybody, not only onshore, even offshore as well. So please try to understand our situations. And we know that, like, we didn't bring the virus to this country. That is not our problem. So even
No, that is our problem. Of course, that is all of our problem. That's not the issue. But what I'm trying to say, Bharat, how you think that you don't have a job at the moment due to COVID-19, and you do not know how long you can stick on your visa. I'm pretty sure Kanis is the advisor. She can give you some more advice. But what is the future? What is your coming future?
I don't have any idea about my future, what's going to happen. I'm in the middle of the sea now. I can't go front, I can't go back. I don't know. That is what we want the answer, What is our situation? We don't know that. We are keep on asking the government what we have to do now. Because I have still I have more than 2.5 years of visa in my hand.
Exactly.
But the reason is I don't have job.
I will go back to Kanis now. I'll go back to Kanis now. Kanis, in that situation, you are the licensed immigration advisor. If Bharat doesn't have a job, how long he can handle his legal visa? What is the law saying about that?
Well, he is supposed to go back to on another visa as soon as possible, where he can stay legally. And if he doesn't have the job he was his visa is attached to, we do tell our clients to get another job as soon as possible. However, if they're unable to secure a job as soon as possible, then it's best that you switch your visa to some other visas like visitor visa or student visa, which will at least give you some time frame and probably some more instruction on work by the time.
But when you talk about visitor visa,
Yes.
visitor visa, on visitor visa, the person cannot work, right? According to the Immigration Act.
No,
so
they can't, yeah.
how we expect them to pay their rents and car mortgages, like loans and things like that? What's going to happen to this thing? Like, I'm not asking an advisor. I'm asking a person who knows about the migrant community, actually.
Yeah. Again, that is the government needs to answer that. They haven't been. Yes, they have supported the New Zealanders and the residents quite well, but they have not supported or did not give clear instruction or fundings available to the migrant workers, which is again it is a shame, to be honest. They have done a great job. The government has done a great job in many ways. But here I think they didn't do their research, or they haven't done they haven't done their work properly, or they should have included the workers, the migrant workers, and the students, and everyone else. To support them, the government did think about these students who during the lockdown period, they made students work condition open. They were able to work more than 20 hours. So that was something that the government did. And for the migrant workers who did have jobs during this period, they were available to the subsidy as well, the government subsidy. The government did not stop them from receiving that. So that is something positive that the government did for the migrant workers and for the student visa holders. I cannot comment on the visitor visa holders because obviously visa is completely based upon your financial condition. So with visitor visa, you have to have your own financial independency.
Thank you very much. I would just like to inform you what have I done since last couple of days. What was our group's activities? We did try to petition to the Minister of Housing as well. We did try to make an appointment with the minister as well and talk about the migrants' rents, the migrants' housing or mortgages or bank loans and things about that. And we got a very specific proposal. This is where the research of our group works, Dave, if you're hearing me, because you and me have talked about the rents and mortgages and things like that, right? So a lot of you who are stuck offshore and the subsidies has stopped, right? We just requested the authority to have a look whether they can waive your rental and mortgages and any liabilities. So we also talked to the financial institutions, and we are pretty sure, like, we are very specific about that. So if immigration-wise nothing happens, for an example, for next few months, at least we try to see that much of financial relaxation. Do you guys agree with me?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
So this is what I'm doing. That's my research thing doing. I'm going to read a comment. It cannot be simply digested like that just to jump on another visa. There should be a legal opportunity to given the work visa holders. That's what exactly Kanis was talking about. Mohammed Anas, Urvi, Kurana, they are not doing anything for New Zealand government, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, we did talk about that. They are doing something, but they need time. That's what they said. And that time, we don't know. For an example, if your job, your visa expires by next 2 months, and if they need 5 months and you can't come back, then that hope and time doesn't allow you. Do you understand my point? So I am completely agreeing with the Honorable Prime Minister about the hope thing. Okay, so I'm with her. She's compassionate about that. But that hope should be individual. Means it should be compromised individually. So for Miyako's case, that can be one thing. For Dev's case, that can be one thing. Those who have a long visa, that can be another thing. People like Nidhi, who doesn't have a visa at the moment, that hope should be extended, and help should be extended as well. Now, coming back to Dev, like I want to ask you one question. You shared your life story a bit. I have seen your photos in Facebook as well and things like that. Very exciting. You like to travel a lot, right? You have given an interview as well. How does it feel to miss this beautiful New Zealand? Of course, you are in your motherland, but do you miss New Zealand?
Yes, of course. I miss everything of New Zealand. My study was in South Island in Invercargill, and I really like this place. And I was planning to do a long drive to South Island, and I didn't see my campus. I didn't see Invercargill for 4 years. And I have
let me tell you, I am from Invercargill, so I know how much people can miss Invercargill. And those who do not know where is Invercargill, it's down south. You have to have a tour there. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. So my plan was when my wife will go to New Zealand, I'll travel with her to South Island. But unfortunately, I'm stuck here now.
All right. That's sad. One of the questions that came from one of my friend Kanis, why they allow Avatar cruise? We have answered it before our previous segments as well, but if you just give a highlight about that.
Well, it's quite simple. It's an economy boost. It's in favor of the economy. So, like how the government wants to bring in the $5 billion market with students, but they don't want to look at the issues of the migrant workers. So that's the same reason why they're allowing Avatar.
But can I just add something here? Like they're also going to allow 200% median wage people as well. The people who so is it all about money? Like it looks like immigration New Zealand is all about allowing more capital, and which I don't blame, to be honest. We need to boost up our economy, but at the same time, we need to create equal opportunity to everybody.
Well, we will get over this COVID-19. Hopefully, we will, and then once we are over this period, we will be in a financial crisis. So we need to be prepared for both, financial-wise as well as looking after our own. And migrant workers, they are our own. So the government is completing that part in some ways. So they need to come up with a plan. That's for sure. Whether through isolation or quarantine, test. Everyone keeps saying, keep testing. They should open the border, but test them. Create individual facilities. Government can the money they're spending on benefits on subsidy.
This is not the parliamentarian talking. Let me make it very clear. This is not the policymakers are talking. So this is what I and you have been told. This is what I have submitted. And I have submitted very clear instructions saying that there has to be isolation, there has to be tested, and they can go back wherever they are, the country they're staying at the moment, right? And they can go to the immigration approved medical centers and they can do the test.
They cannot just leave it to self-isolation. It has to be checked. It has to be maintained by the government. It has to be regularly checked by the health ministers and the other ministers who are responsible for the borders, the border controllers. So the government has to put in some fund to create a facility where the migrant workers should be let in, and then they are subsidized for the quarantine. So I think that way it would be a win-win situation for the government. For financially, we would be in a better position, as well as the migrant workers. They would be able to continue with their life.
Good. I'll go to Miyako for one question, Miyako. But before that, I have a very interesting comment. It has been 6 weeks and government has just, it talks about the post-COVID-19 Amendment Act, Kanis. It's supposed to be for the betterment of the migrant people. Am I right? Yes. That's how it came to the media. So because we are common people, right? So we get to know that COVID-19, post-COVID-19 Amendment Act. Are you guys aware about that? All the people who are participating today? Okay, so it's supposed to be for the betterment of the migrant people. To be honest, I haven't seen a single example yet that how it has been implemented for the betterment. The only thing I know, ANSCO level 4 and 5 has gone for labor market check. So that is the labor market check has got one more layer. So it has been creating more and more layer. Miyako, how you are holding up with all this information? Because I know you have been researching about those a lot.
Yes, so I'm not working now, so I just keep checking Radio New Zealand and New Zealand Herald and stuff. So that's where all news accumulated, I think. So I keep checking news, and that's very good, informative, but also puts me down mentally too, because I don't see any good news. And
yeah, and when it comes to mentally getting down, I have been seeing a lot of example of that, to be honest. Like, and I don't want to name those things, but I'm just saying it has made me overly frustrated as well. I have been seeing a lot of negativity, like on the comments. Sandeep,
yes,
if you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, small southern places and things like that. And it's a huge sad time for us. Okay, it was a huge happy time when New Zealand has gone through COVID-19. They have done really well, and in the same time, we know like a post-COVID-19 government really didn't have anything in place. I want to make a comment about that. A couple of weeks before, there was a special chartered plane has been arranged back from Auckland to India. It was both ways, if I'm not mistaken, one for bringing the Indian citizen from New Zealand to India, and one from taking the migrants, taking the citizens back to, or residents back to New Zealand. But those chartered flights actually cost way more than what is an expectation. And I don't think any way migrants can actually, should be able to, adopt it. Sandeep, have you ever about this this chartered flight thing? Any of your friends?
Yeah, no one from my friends traveled through that one, but I saw on news that it's quite expensive, and I don't think so. Like people like me with the family can afford that one. So I'm with my wife and two children. Yeah, so at least I have to buy 3 tickets. Yes, at least I have to buy 3 tickets because I don't have to buy for my younger son.
So how much the 3 tickets cost?
At least it was around $10,000, $11,000. It was showing.
$10,000 can be a down payment for buying a house in New Zealand. Nidhi, yeah.
So we were a part of a WhatsApp group, and the WhatsApp group does have the residents and the citizens and we work visa holders who's got exemption and who hasn't got exemption to travel to the country. So we went through all the discussion at that point of time. So there were people who were citizens, had family members with the kids and wife. So it was a family of about 3 or 4, like what Sandeep just mentioned. And all they did was, it was really, really difficult to go ahead and understand the cost and work it out, how we're going to afford that. So not only for us, the migrants who doesn't have the legal status in the country, even the citizens had to think quite a bit about it. 50 how much
52,
was
52, approximately 52.
5,500 around.
It was 5,500, and there was a $300 cost additional with it as well. So it came out somewhere around 6,000, approximately $6,000. There was so approximately $6,000, which is like, I don't know, and we could see the people frustrated, even the citizens, thinking about the payment plans, how we're going to go ahead and afford that. But they did go ahead and choose to go back to the country, irrespective of the kind of money they had to invest in it, only because they wanted to get back home. We were informed about the quarantine cost as well, as it might go up to $6,200. And then with that, there would be a flight tickets about $2,500 because they're pretty expensive as well at the moment. Just imagine, you look at your account at the moment, which is really a zilch at this point of time. We don't have any money in there at all as it is. And then we have to go ahead and bear the cost or ask, beg, take a debt from anybody just to travel to the country, and that to home, wherein we don't even know our jobs are secure there or no. So there are so many questions in the mind. I wish that, that they could consider this. I know they are doing their things. I'm not going to say that they haven't done anything. Like Kanis just informed that, people who were migrants or the students were allowed to work more than 20 hours. But was that not for their own benefit, when the citizens and the residents didn't want to get out of the house to stay safe in their house with their families? The students or the migrant workers were used for this. I don't know. I might be having I shouldn't be saying this probably on a platform like this, but this is just appalling of what they've been doing at the moment and not considering us even for one moment. Not even for one moment.
Yeah, carry on.
So the cost which is there, that is one of the factor. Imagine how I go through. I have a car there, I've got rents there to pay, I've got my stuff there, I've got my certificates there, I've got a lot of things there. And every day when the New Zealand starts, or when there is morning in the New Zealand, I talk to my friends, begging them to take some time out for me, go to my place, get my stuff out and sell it off. I wasn't prepared for this. I'm not saying this is something which the government has done. I'm also saying it's a global pandemic state. They should be a little compassionate towards the migrants, people who've just gone and stuck outside.
That is the reason we are in the same platform now. What I want from all of you, to be more researchful, to understand the law as well, and at the same time, if it's our right, if it's our right, do we still need to beg?
No, I don't think anyone should beg. I mean, this is, as Nidhi just said, it is her right to come back to New Zealand, because she considers New Zealand her home, and
she doesn't have any right. No, the reason because she doesn't have right now,
which is quite heartbreaking. Which is, sorry to interrupt, it is really heartbreaking, Nidhi. I can feel you. I can understand you, because I have families overseas too, and my family, some of them I wouldn't go there, but my families are stuck there too. And it is frustrating. It is very heartbreaking. And yes, we are just like you. We are all waiting on the government, and we are all waiting for Mr. Galloway to wake up and come up with an instruction. At least if they can't give us anything, just give us an instruction that, hey, this is what you are waiting for. Once the wait is over, this is we are going to give you this.
I got a meeting with a couple of politicians, Kanis, just to let you know, like last week. And what they showed me, the reference, Shuchi, that's a word called hope, and that came to the newspaper as well. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen that. And again, I am not against that word. I'm completely with that word. But hope cannot be factual, right? Hope cannot be factual. Hope doesn't work if my career is finished. Exactly. Hope we are in ventilation. We are now in ventilation. So the hope to survive is the only hope is to provide our saturation. And that is somebody has to come around. And that is where our group is very committed to. I would like to go back to Shuchi. Shuchi, there's a lot of newspaper article I've read about you and your partner and what exactly happened. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
How are you coping up in a country far away from New Zealand, a complete different tropical environment? And whenever you were with your parents, do you think you still get the things in your mind as well, like your visas and things? Is it still on your brain every time?
Yeah, so I actually wanted to add on the mental health issue, and that's the question you've just asked me. My life revolves in New Zealand time, right? These days,
Yeah.
like I'm up because it's not just the mental health that I know we are going through a lot, but our partners, our families who are away from us feel exactly the same too. So my partner is going through the same mental health issues that I am going through, and it's more difficult for him because he's alone there. So we try and communicate all the time as much as we can, but still it's not the same being there with him. And currently I'm not earning anything. I'm offshore, so all our dues together, we have an apartment and the same as everyone, a car and insurance. He's been affording that. So even if the government, yes, did show some kind of compassion, letting migrants have wage subsidy, yet the migrants, we weren't prepared to, my partner wasn't prepared to afford for the both of us when and we were responsible for supporting our families
Exactly. No, it's really
offshore
pathetic.
as well. So now he's the only one.
Shuchi, can you hear us?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's really, really heartbreaking. On that matter, I'll go to Ruby again. Ruby, how does it affect your mental health when it comes to missing your wife and missing your daughter? Like, she has been so wonderful. Let me tell all of you, I was in touch with Ruby's daughter yesterday, and it was like it was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking. Ruby, please, yeah.
Oh, look, Mahfouz, I mean, I presume most of my friends, they lost their jobs, and perhaps they will get their jobs and maybe they will get something, whatever they lost. But think about me and my wife. I mean, a couple of months back, she lost her dad. I mean, you can't compare anything, whatever she lost it.
Exactly,
And
that's right.
in this case, actually, like she needs a lot of mental support from me as
Exactly,
as a partner. And to be honest, most of the times I deny her call because always she's asking, I mean, is there any news from the New Zealand government that when I can come? And my mother-in-law, she's sick right at this moment. And she's also curious, I mean, tense regarding my daughter's study. And every time my daughter is calling me and she's asking that when I can go to school. Because to be honest, she don't know what's happening here. She don't know, I mean, any political issues is going over here. She only knows she can join with her friends at the schools. She can go to the school. She can, I mean, play. She can go to the shopping mall with me, to the playground with me. And she's missing me, missing my hugs. Actually, I mean, those kind of questions, I don't have the answer for
What
those.
about her educational year? If it is missing for a year, who is going to give it back? How she's going to cope up?
To be honest, I don't have any answer for that. She just,
Kanis,
I mean, studying.
Kanis
She
is a
over here.
licensed. Yeah. Thank you. Kanis is a licensed advisor. Can you give us some highlight? Like, what about a kid who is minor? Like, when the New Zealand government is not looking onto this thing, like, is there a legal ground that Ruby can take onto?
Well, Mahfouz, I cannot, as an advisor, I cannot answer that question. But as a person, personally, I can say that again, the government has failed us there as well with children education, as well as taking care of mental health of families and especially children. Here, obviously, Roby's daughter. She is no one will be able to give her these days back. Like, she's going to miss so much of Roby from her life, from her childhood. So who can she blame?
So my next question is not an advisor, but a person who understands about the situation. We have the most compassionate prime minister in the world.
Yes.
How about that? How about that?
I believe she is.
We all believe she is, actually, no doubt. So my question is, like, you have been to New Zealand.
We all believed.
Yeah. Is it
I'm sorry,
believed?
we all
Is it a
believe,
past
used to
tense?
believe it, and we believed it's past tense now. It's a past tense.
I feel
now.
like we're hoping.
I don't know
that
how
she
many
is
people agree with me.
compassionate.
It is, yes.
We're hoping
and
for her
she's not.
compassion to
I was just
I would like to add
that word. Yes, Daljit. Daljit, yeah, I have been missing you actually. Yeah, please add it.
I would like to add something in this. Like from day one, when this pandemic struck the New Zealand and the borders got shut down, the government has been very not very responsible towards the workers, like the employees, because what they have did at the first go, like if they are giving subsidy to the employers, they would have put a kind of criteria that if you're gonna terminate any of the employer's job in this pandemic, you won't be able to get the subsidy. So what happens is that in that situation, there would be more jobs which could have been stable. The people would have less lost their jobs, and the employer should have that in mind that if they're gonna terminate the employer's job in any sort of reason, whether it is fair or unfair, they won't be able to get the subsidy payment. So they have to run the whole business by their own. On the second thing, when they close the borders, they should have given a certain amount of time. 6 hours is something which is like
it was 6 hours
It's
and
not
30.
definitely not enough.
I did talk about that last program, Nidhi, if you remember, the 6 hours and 39 seconds time.
Yeah. So for the 6 hours thing, if I need to travel from Auckland to Wellington by road, it still take 8 hours. It's still 7.5 hours. So how would I come all the way from India to all the way from New Zealand in 6 hours?
Where there is no direct flights.
There would be at least a certain amount of time, let's say like 6 days or something, they would be announcing that the border is getting shut in 6 days. So the migrants should be able to come back, or whomsoever is stuck outside, whether it is a Kiwi or a resident, should be able to make their way back to home. So that's fair enough. And on other side of the, if you can see why the immigration has approved something from the parliament on the sooner basis, for example, the amendment bill, if they don't want to implement the bill to the,
I might have to recorrect it here. It's an act now, so we'll tell it an act here.
So that's the immigration. So why they have actually pressurized the parliament and other people and other parties to get that bill come into action as soon as possible, because the people were still thinking that as soon as the bill gonna come into action, the migrants, the people who are suffering, whether it is mentally, physically, or any kind of hardship, they will be able to be relieved.
And there was a very good point. I have to thank you for many other things as well. But before I go to the next point, I'm going to talk something about Daljit. Daljit and me, we have been talking for the last few weeks, right? If I'm not mistaken, Daljit.
Yeah.
And he has been always telling me, Mahfouz, let's do something for the people who need help. Even though he might not be affected that much, but he wanted to open-handedly coming to us, and let's make a platform. Daljit, I want to thank you in the open platform now on behalf of all of us.
Thank you, Daljit.
It's just not me. It's just like I wanted to make sure like the people are united, because everyone having and going through the same situation. So why just the migrants are left behind, because just because they cannot vote in this country. But as I talk about myself, because I'm not eligible to talk on someone else, but I can still talk about myself. I've been in this country from last 7 years, I've paid the taxes. 7 years is a big time, If you can be away from your country from last 7 years, they just told you like this is your second home. And I feel this is my second home. But when it comes to the point where you've been recognized that whether it is a fair or an unfair thing, why would migrant as a whole community being treated as unfair just because we give all the taxes, we distributed all the things, we were in the community all the time.
Again, it is very diplomatic answer I'm going to give you right now. Because yesterday after that meeting, when I was following up the exact update, we're talking about Indian Workers Station and Mandeep as well. And it was so nice of Mandeep and IWA and Union Network of the Migrants as well, like they have made an effort. But in the same time, I was looking for the dates, the hope to be objective. When I'm talking about objectivity, for an example, okay, Nidhi Kaushal is in India or Shuchi Bharadwaj is in Tanzania. So we want the minister to say, okay, next month, we are starting to bring those migrants back, or next month, 29, 28, we're going to start doing the health checkup. Am I making sense now?
Yes, definitely. We all would like to see that, like a time frame, a date, especially from Jacinda. It would be nice if she can um, uh, come on the TV or on the news or somewhere on some media platform and give us a statement with an indication. Yes, not an exact date, but with an indication that like maybe within such hour or within that period, we will have our workers back, or the workers who are already here in New Zealand who has lost their job. We are uh, going to vary their work condition, or we are going to make their how their visas their work visas are attached to their employers. We are going to make their visa open, so they have more option to look for jobs and more opportunities for them to move around in their career, especially the highly skilled ones. Everyone who is in New Zealand as migrant worker, everyone is a skilled worker, I believe. Otherwise, they wouldn't be offered a job. They wouldn't be offered a job from an employer.
Exactly.
The employer do think they are valuable to their.
But I got a question to the immigration advisor now. Now you have two hats. That question is when these people have gone to a job, right? I'm pretty sure they have gone through a labor market check. Right?
Yes.
So there's a procedure, right?
Yes.
So when they go to labor market check, employer has to check whether there is a New Zealander or a New Zealand resident is present, right, guys? That's what the process you have gone through. So now if you come into the media and you are saying that these people are the competitors of the New Zealanders, that doesn't make any sense to me, because the employer has made a genuine effort. That's the immigration form you have to tick. The employer had to make a genuine effort to bring a New Zealander or resident first. They couldn't find it. That's why Shobhan is employed, or Bharat is employed, or Sandeep is employed, or Nidhi was employed, or Suchi was employed. Am I right? Now, certainly Suchi cannot come back because they want the employer to look onto somebody else. Isn't it the clear violation of the Immigration Act? What do you think?
It's not a violation of Immigration Act, but it is a violation of a human right. That's what I think. I believe in the Immigration Act, unfortunately.
That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking, because I'm not an immigration advisor. I'm asking the question.
There is no such instruction that no, there is no violation in that. But then I think, as a person, I think it is a human right violation.
I would like to ask one question from Kanis.
Yes.
The light that. Because the situation what is going on with the migrant at the moment, because we know we are quite at the neglection mode at the moment, and we are on the last priority list. But if the people as a migrant, because there are Kiwis, there are citizens who have lost their job, we have lost our job as well.
Yes.
So what we are asking is to treat us the same way what they have been treated, because there is nothing which can divide us rather than the status of being a migrant and the status of being a resident or a Kiwi. There is nothing else which I can feel is a difference.
No.
And on the top, because since we lost our job and the immigration says to us that find another job or you have to go back, we didn't decide it, we didn't chose to get terminated from our employer.
Of course not.
We were legal in this country from last whatever years, how many years. The people who are stuck offshore, like Nidhi and all those people, they didn't choose to go at this time. If they would have little bit having a view that this thing gonna happen or this pandemic gonna stuck, they would have never gone.
Of course.
Exactly.
That's a very valid point. But coming back to there, like pandemic problems, that's a part of the life, right? So we don't know that the pandemic would have come, but it happened, and it happened globally. It happened to India, it happened to Bangladesh, everywhere. It happened to Canada.
The question that if we are on breach of our visas at the moment, because we're still trying to find a job, there is not even much jobs available in the night, because I was working as a restaurant manager. If they say me that they need to hire someone who's a New Zealand resident or a Kiwi or something, they cannot create a skill which I have been taking from last 7 years, invested my money as a student. and they cannot just magically create a person and then stand in front of you and say that yes, we got a new manager now.
I think
I just want to add one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because my employer is I'm still in my job, and my employer doesn't want to lose me. That's not because I mean I'm just a worker and I work hard. It's not like this. It's about when an employer hires a person that employer hires him or her as a whole person, and it relates to the reliability. Or the employer trusts me, and he knows that I'm really comfortable with the system, and I'm really comfortable with his operation, and he is reliable. He trusts me, and the honesty is very important here. I'm working there for 3-4 years.
Yeah.
And he can't find out another person with same honesty and reliability.
And Kaniz, if you're saying that we couldn't find a job, we should swap ourselves to the visitor visa or a student visa. But ultimately, if I still look forward for myself to apply for a student visa, I need to be investing another $20,000 to $35,000 again, and then to save my future. And ultimately, I'm still helping the government. And what about after a couple of months, God forbid, anything happens, and they can still put us in the same situation and say that, oh, sorry.
I would like to add it here. It's a very good question, Kaniz. Before it goes to you, I would like to add that what about a person goes to student visa back again, invested money, and then he or she went back to the motherland, home country, and then something happens. And is that going to be the same way? Like, of course, I cannot ask the question to an advisor, but if I'm asking as a normal mass population, like if I just want to ask, if somebody went back home, will we come back with that same scarcity, same fear that we might not be able to get back into New Zealand ever again?
Again, thank you, Daljit. Your question, as an advisor, it is my, I have to talk the way the legislation or what the immigration minister, Mr. Galloway, has instructed us to. So I cannot answer your the questions you have asked me, because switching the visa or going into visitor visa and all that is something that the immigration Mr. Galloway has forced us to give you that advice. I would hate to give I do not like to give this advice, but then I am still giving this advice because that is within the act. That is when I became an advisor. That is what I am bound within, and which is why. But as a person, I do want the minister, especially Mr. Galloway and Ms. Arden, to take the responsibility of the migrant workers and what they have done for this country, for the economy especially, and what they will do for the economy in future. They need to put them in not on priority list, but alongside the residents and the New Zealanders, and give them the same opportunity as them, and allow them to make this work. It's just it frustrates me as well, giving this advice or giving this giving such alternatives to the visa holders. As I said, as an advisor, that is what I'm bound to give. But as a person, I would like the government to take that responsibility, take everyone's responsibility who are in New Zealand.
Thank you so much, Kaniz, for that. And I apologize if I was being rude or something.
No, but you are completely right.
Question which is not I'm asking you. This is the lots of migrants who
exactly.
are asking the question at the moment.
I will intervene you, and we have talked about a lot about mental health. The government has funded 1.9 billion for the mental health issue. However, only $20 million has been spent so far. So you see, it is I do not like to say this on this platform, but it is frustrating and it is shambolic that the government couldn't still they haven't put so much thought into the health, the mental health system, or they're not putting enough. They have approved the fund, but they're not spending enough, or they're not putting enough effort to support the New Zealanders as well as the migrant workers who desperately needs that fund for their mental health.
Thanks, Kanis. I would request everybody who's commenting, we need to understand that we are not fighting with anybody. We're trying to make a solution here, right? So we are not, from my point of view, I'm very, very clear, right? So we are here to find a solution, right? And that solution is the only ways to make friends, not enemies. Now, I'm coming to another point. My next question is going to Dev. Dev, as far as I know, that when you started working for you work for a restaurant, right? For an example, and you have studied here as well. So how do you feel after all this struggle? You studied, got a qualification, and then earned your livelihood, and your wife was with you, and suddenly you have no way out. How does it affect your back home situation, your family situation? Because of course you're not involved with any other job, right? For an example, in back home, so that creates a financial distress. How do you face it? What is your strategy on that?
It's true. First of all, I was not really ready about this situation, and truth to be said, I have not much saving as well. I had no plan B. I was thinking about New Zealand. I was thinking that after maybe 2-3 years or 4 years, I'll get residency by anywhere, and as Labour government is there, and they will not let us go. Actually, I had a real trust with our current Prime Minister, and I'm back in home. I have in my family currently except my mom, there is nobody is earning, and I can't even support them right now.
So how does Bangladesh situation? Because I want to know, because I am from there as well. How does Bangladesh COVID-19 situation is happening? Like, what is the current situation there? Because I have been reading newspapers and articles as well. I've been very, very worried about my own family and parents. How do you cope up with COVID-19 back in Dhaka?
I'm not in Dhaka right now. I'm just like 4 years from Dhaka. Yeah. So the situation here is like every day at least 3,000 people are getting affected with COVID-19. And in my family so far we are good, but my wife, my sister is living with her husband right now, and she's affected. My one of my auntie is affected. Some of my friends are affected with COVID-19. So it's just knocking in my door. So we are in a vulnerable situation right at this moment.
And is there any way law support people that, for an example, the migrant who are suffering back home as well? Because the COVID-19 situation, I'm pretty sure you're aware, back in India and Bangladesh is not really good. So does New Zealand government has a responsibility to bring the legal visa holders to bring back here? So then they are paying their health insurance, right, in New Zealand, still you guys are paying. So they are paying their insurance here, but the government in India or Tanzania or Bangladesh is responsible to give them treatment. Don't you think that makes the system very, very unsystematic?
Well, again, legally, no, the government does not have any responsibility. But as Nidhi and everyone else said, that they believed that the Prime Minister is a compassionate Prime Minister. So I think, and I still believe that she is. Not in the past. I still believe that she is a compassionate person. So humanitarian or under humanitarian ground, and as a compassionate Prime Minister, I think she should
but now this question to everybody, okay, all of you here. Now when you talk about the immigration, have you heard, like, how many times, all of you sitting here, we talk about our honorable Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, right? How many times? Immigration is not the Prime Minister. Immigration is a system. Immigration is the minister and that panel. So do you guys feel that we can't actually, have the dependency on the system? So you want to go back to the most compassionate lady in New Zealand. Do you think this is the situation? Shruti?
I think that's what it is.
Yeah. For me, yes. Shruti, I just want to hear from you because I've seen some interesting comment from you as well. If you just give us your ideas as well, please.
Sorry, so I would like to go back to the human rights issue, and it is connected to the compassion of the Prime Minister as well. The borders were closed with a 6 hours notice, and I 6.5 or yeah, so. And I still remember when I was on the airport, I saw the gate to board the flight to Sydney was right next to the gate to board the flight to Auckland. And I was the one who was taken out of the line because I was a migrant on a work visa. Whereas people who were boarding the flight to Sydney, everyone was boarding because they had a 4-day worth of notice. And that is the first division between the human rights right there. The second one I would like to point out, and this comes back to the compassion. Everywhere, wherever my article was posted, I remember people commenting, well, you had enough time to come back. If you were to take a flight from Wellington, an international flight, even that doesn't give you enough time to go from Wellington to Auckland or Wellington to Christchurch, board your international flight and be able to get to your destination. Like what we did, our only mistake was we went internationally to visit our family. What if you went from Christchurch to Dunedin to visit your family? Will you be locked out from your home just the way we are locked out from ours? Is there any difference? Like, I want to know, where is the compassion when it comes to seeing that people had gone back to visit their family and there was a reason behind it? And that's why I thought the exemptions were put in place so they can see case by case basis. But all we have been receiving is automated declines and declines in odd hours, which just baffles me. Like, how is immigration working in the middle of the night? Or how are they, like, I applied, for my personal example, I applied under humanitarian exemption and I was declined within 4 minutes of the application. So I'm just wondering, yes. So
Is it
I'm
4
just, and I have the
minutes?
proof.
4 minutes?
Yes, 4 minutes. I have the proof. I took the timestamp of the thank you message for applying for exemption to travel and the decline, and I have it, both of them, and it was 4 minutes. And I'm just wondering, how did immigration assess a humanitarian exemption under 4 minutes of them receiving this
Can you ask this
exemption?
question to Kanis? Kanis is the licensed immigration advisor. So Kanis, how does it possible in 4 minutes somebody can get declined? 4 minutes, I might not be able to read the full name as well.
Well, I'm kind of baffled as well. I'm not too sure how. I think it was just probably a magic wand that did it, or I don't know what else. I mean,
It should be an automatic system. They would have
automated.
No, but so automatic system. So for an example, till now, if I'm not wrong, 11,790 skilled migrant resident application is in backlog from 2018. I'm talking about 2018. So if there's a system like that Kanis, in 4 minutes time, we can do that. I think migrants would be the most happiest nationalities in New Zealand.
And I have a question here to Kanis ma'am, that it says that there is an option that calls humanitarian ground that we can, ask for the exemption. But my first question is there any option that we can apply for the exemption? Plus, what is the meaning of that humanitarian ground that I can? What is the explanation of that ground that calls humanitarian?
well, again, what Suchi just said. It's a 4-minute decision, so I don't know what it means for the immigration right now. I would like to see more work done or more effort given by our immigration officers and by our minister to the humanitarian ground, which is not being considered, or it seems like it hasn't been considered at all.
Exactly.
3,000 words. We have to enter 3,000 words and write our story and explain them.
Characters.
And then it
cannot be read in 4 minutes. I'm sure
Never.
of that.
It is.
What is the standard of when I say it's humanitarian ground? What is the standard of that? What is the
There's no
criteria for that?
standard, Dave. There is no standard. I wish there was a standard and we knew about it.
Yes,
we
like
tried to go and speak to, so we spoke to a lot of
I think
people
the
who
standard is
actually
hope.
got the, No, yeah, that's what we've been doing from last 4 months. Just hope and faith that
Exactly.
somebody
So-
will hear us in the end.
And it took me, I just,
I'm sorry
sure,
to interrupt you there. I just want to go ahead and say, it's been 4 months. From 4 months, Shuchi will agree to me because we are in constant contact, right? So many reporters we've contacted, so many media platforms we've gone to, so many times we've gone on FB Live. We have done so many things. And what has come in return? Except we going away with tearful eyes, there's nothing at all. There is nothing at all who is there to hear us. It seems like we're banging our head against the wall. They don't want to hear us at all. I'm sorry that I shouldn't be saying such strong words on a platform like this. I'm really sorry about this, but there is absolutely nothing at all to do.
I had an instant coffee in the morning. It took me 3 minutes to make it. And so I don't have any.
And then you call instant coffee.
And, yeah, exactly. And that's an instant decision. And then I'm impressed. Suchi, to be honest, I'm impressed.
You cannot reply a particular email in 4 minutes. It should be automatic.
No.
Yeah.
Not.
But
moving like
that means that, but that clearly shows how technology savvy Immigration New Zealand is. That is, they have those ID identifier and things like that. So they can do the good thing if they want, but the only regretful thing is they are doing all this technological use for declining the case when it should be there. I'll just need to ask all of you one question. What do you guys want? What is your expectation now?
I want to come back to the country. I'm not going to let you finish that question also. I really want to come back to the country, wind my stuff and come back. I don't want to stay there now because that has left a big hole in my heart now. I've invested so much in that country. I've gone so much beyond. I walked in that country just with one suitcase. I don't have that now. I've made my home there. I've got so much, such a life there. I have my car, which is standing outside stranded, like I'm stranded in this country.
And I also, I just want to add with Nidhi that I just don't want to come back. I want my compensation as well. This is a wrong decision that have taken by the government, and this is the thing suffering.
This is the thing I am supporting. That is one of the things that our group is doing. That's what I said. Ministry of Housing, we are going to propose that rental compensation as well, and it has
also psychological compensation as well.
That is something humanitarian ground. When you come back, that's applicable here.
I need to ask you a question.
Kanis, there's a question for you from Nidhi. So if we can hear Nidhi, please.
I know you're an immigration advisor. I shouldn't be discussing such a thing at this platform, but I really want to go ahead and find out, is there any legal proceedings we can go against or not?
I have to stop Nidhi here.
I know you would.
I cannot have this question in this platform. Sorry.
So
we can
that's
discuss it later.
Rahman. This is the anger. What?
Yeah, but as a podcaster, I have a certain commitment. I can only take some questions, and I have to say sorry for some of the questions. But I am with you, Nidhi, for that reason mentally, and we will be supporting you for that reason. And I would be very keen, Daljit, I will give you a call tomorrow, and I will show you the petition that we are making for financial basis. And then that how we gonna how we want to work with you guys to make sure that you get some mental compensation plus rental compensation as well. So I did not mention the mental compensation there at the moment. Our petition has only the rental compensation at the moment.
I think you should add the mental compensation.
I would, but I need to add a licensed counselor there as well. So it has to have, we are in New Zealand, nothing can be done in 4 minutes. I have to.
Yes.
Apart from
now you know that there are things that can be done in 4 minutes.
If this thing happened to me, let me tell about my condition. Like when I was going through my difficult time, right? Shuchi, you are very lucky. Nidhi, you are very lucky. Bharat, you are very lucky. Maruf, everybody here. Dev, Ravi, whoever came here, you guys are very lucky. We can talk together, Kanis.
Yes.
I will tell you what happened to me. I used to cry. All right. I used to cry in the open street. I used to drive my car to the sea beach, sit there till midnight. And I did not explain my condition to none of my parents, not to my family, not to my friends, Kanis, not to anybody, not even anybody I do love as my brother as well, including Kanis, your husband, Mehdi Bhai, like who's very close to me. I haven't discussed to anybody this thing, right?
You're brave to share it here.
Yeah, I'm sharing it in the public media.
Yeah.
I'm saying
very brave.
Yeah, I'm saying I did not cry, because if I would have cried, my family would be broken. What I did, I had lost onto that time. I had to tell you, I lost 23 kilos of weight. 23 kilos. The person who will go to Burgerfell, the person who will go to McDonald's every day has lost 23 kilos. Can you imagine that? The stress. And I was in teaching. I had to teach people the next morning. I had never ever explained to anybody that my situation on that time. The reason, because I opened that platform for you guys. I don't want anybody to suffer.
Right? Thank you, Mahfouz. Thanks a lot.
As simple as that. Okay? I have never called my mom and dad and said what kind of trouble I had gone through. And I will tell you, every door was closed for me. Nobody opened any door for me.
That's what we've been going through. This whole situation, the pandemic situation, has taught us.
I have to share it with you now because I'm so emotional, because you guys have been talking so much of life-saving stories. I need to tell my role now as well. Yesterday night, I got phone calls. A day before yesterday night, I got phone calls. I have been asked a question. What is the question? Why are you doing all this? What is your benefit? And I'm telling in public media right now, I have absolutely no benefit other than to see my sisters and brothers coming back safe, have their life back. And I'm going to continue my fight till this thing happens.
Thank you.
And I'm not promising anything, but I will do my level best. Like Kanis as well. We have got the limitation. You know what I mean? We are not the government. We're not the policymakers. We cannot change the world in one day. But what I promise you, we will do the voice for the right reason, for the right people. I'm coming back there. Sorry, I'm not going to let you to talk now. I need to talk now. I have seen there are about 70 petitions, 70, Kanis, into the parliament now. From different migrant community, including the Indians, including the Chinese people, including the Japanese people. Miyako, if you're here, I've seen a petition from the Japanese community as well. I have seen a big petition from a Brazilian community as well. Right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, Miyako, all those petitions have not been researched. I have to say, Kanis, not been researched properly. Petitions cannot be made, Daljit, on emotion. Petitions have to be made on facts. So when you go and see the minister, when you go and talk into the public media, you cannot say our leader has given us a hope. You cannot say that, I'm sorry. You cannot say that, right? So I am, for an example, if I am infected tomorrow, for an example, with any disease, doctors cannot come and say to me, Kanis, oh, Mahfouz, sorry, like you have the hope. I want the medicine. You understand? I want the medicine. And if some doctor come to me and say, Nidhi, sorry, and Shuchi, one doctor come to me and say, oh, look, Mahfouz, take that medicine. You're going to be cured in 4 minutes. I wouldn't have taken that medicine. That would be a drug.
True.
That would be a drug. In public media, I'm saying that right now. Question is, who is with me? Question is, who is in the fight with me? Question is, who is with me at the moment? I will tell you the number 0. Because the community leaders are here. I have to tell you the public media right now, they're here to sell the Facebook groups, to make views of their videos, to make your life as an issue of sentiment and sell your own privacy. This is exactly what happens.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Yeah. And now they're coming to me and they're telling me, I'm not representing you. Crap. I have never been one to be a leader. What I wanted to be, for the support, to the right reason, for the right people. Kanis, I'm just coming to you, sir. I'm a bit emotional. I have to say you a big apology. I don't know why I'm talking like that, but I think looking onto Nidhi, Shuchi, Ravi's daughter, Daljit and Maruf, everybody, Bharat, for an example. I was calling Bharat one day, Bharat, if you remember. Bharat and Bharat's wife supposed to start a happy life here, Bharat, right? Instead of that, what we have given him, a lot of tension with a 4-minute instant noodles. 4 minutes has changed New Zealand. But 4 community leaders never talk about that 4 minutes Suchi and Nidhi.
Exactly.
So who are our leaders? Who are they?
Yeah, somebody help me.
Right? So leaders should be the doctors, leaders should be the professional, leaders should save our life, Kanis. If there is an immigration lawyer, immigration advisor, I have been talking to everybody in the country. I have been to Alistair McClement, I have been to Marisol Wishet, I went to Kanis. The next 23rd in our program, I am bringing Arunima Dhingra, if you heard about her.
Yeah.
And 28th, I'm going to bring in Sunday. You should watch that program as well. I'm going to bring Stuart Smith, the immigration spokesperson for National Party. I have written my personal email to Mr. Todd Muller today. I have spoken to his office as well. I'm going to meet. I am going to spend my own money. I'm going to spend my own career to make sure that people are at least heard of. I am never promising anybody that things will be okay. But what I'm trying to say, as a brother, as a friend, me, Kanis, and the people who love you, the people who understand the pain of migrant will be with you. Kanis, your comment, please.
Well, honestly, after what you have just said, I'm speechless. I have nothing to say. I mean, like, yeah, that is something brave. And you questioned, it was a rhetorical question that who are the leaders? I would say you are a leader.
I'm not a leader. I never wanted to be a leader. I never wanted to be a leader. This system, now I'm telling you, Kanis, this system has made me separated from my own mom and dad. This system has made Ravi separated from his daughter. This system has made Shuchi not to come back here, but two other people coming back here with COVID-19 tested positive.
Well, what the other leaders should have done, you are doing. You have, you are giving all this time. Well, you know, we live in 21st century, and at this time is money.
Exactly.
And we all work on that. We have all become so commercial. No one actually, we don't even know how our neighbors are. And here you are working for all these migrant workers, standing behind them,
would like to
raising your voice for them. That is amazing. I mean, like, it is just I mean, like, I have no words for your work and your hardship and the way you're supporting the migrant community. And what I can say is I am there as much as whatever needs to be done to help all the brothers and sisters who are on work visas or in who are migrant workers, who are the actually almost like backbone to our economy, to New Zealand's economy, especially because that's the most important issue right now, and they are the backbone for the New Zealand and for its future.
Kanis, thank you very much for your nice comments. I need to go to Daljit because time is running out. Daljit, yes, if you want to say something.
First of all, I would like to thank you for the support.
No, don't thank me. I'm not supporting anybody. I have to make it. I'm not supporting anybody. I am standing for the right reason. And if I'm not standing for the right reason, I'm not a human being. I'm not a religious person. I do not belong to this society. Daljit, sorry.
The amount of work and the amount of time you have spent for this is actually commendable, you know. But the only thing which haunt me down and which makes me scared is like all this hard work what been doing by all the migrant and from your side and everything should not be grow in drain.
Exactly. Yeah. For that, my next step will be Kanis. I will be visiting Auckland and Wellington. I will go to every corner of New Zealand, Shuchi, to make sure that people know about Nidhi, to make sure that people know about Shuchi. And I will tell them, look, I have no expectation. I do not want to be a leader. Completely, it has to be clear to the public media today. But what I want people to have people's rights back, no matter whether there's an election. No, so I do not want to see a community leader going to see the immigration minister or going to see anybody coming back to us and say, oh, this is immigration time, so this is voting time, election time. Election time has nothing to do with my right. My civil right, Kanis, is my civil right.
Of course.
Right? So it has nothing to do with election. It has nothing to do with pandemic. It has nothing to do with emergency. It is standing there. right?
Being a
6 hours and 30, 6 hours and 39 minutes. That was the border closure time. I have to put it again. 19th March, 5 o'clock, I think New Zealand time, the border closure announcement came.
Yes.
19th March, 11:39, the border was closed. I want to ask everybody in this country, 6 hours and 39 seconds, who can travel an international flight from anywhere in the world. Come on, come to me, come to us, give us the answer. And then whatever you say, hope, compassionate, we will accept it. Do you guys agree with me?
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's just this is a good platform to give, and to give a good message to the migrant that needs to be united. And plus, moreover, tomorrow as well, it's not just for me. I'm going for all the migrant behalf as well, which is the meeting which I've already discussed. We're having in Balmoral, the Wall Memorial, at 4 o'clock. So we will be meeting with the more MPs. We will be putting our views, what kind of situations for offshores are facing at the moment. Give them a compassionate visa so that they can come back and resume their life. At least not even resuming life, they can come back and keep their belongings, because that belongings belong very important for them. They cannot do some stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. Miyako is here as well. Sorry, Dalji, I have to stop you because time is running out. And Kanis, you are also here. We do not want anybody to give a visa. First of all, make my position very clear. Visa giving, visa not giving is not my business. Am I clear? I want people to try their human right. So if you are ever to apply for a visa, you need to apply for the visa, and whether immigration will accept or not accept, that is immigration matter, Kanis. But I do not want to see a 4-minute instant noodles coming to us and then create a 4-minute question or 4-generation question for us in New Zealand. Manav, do you agree with that?
Definitely.
Yeah. So we want to be the voice for the future. Miyako, we want you to go to your community and tell them, look, I am Miyako, I am facing the trouble. Come with me, support me. If Robbie, you are living in Auckland, very close to the Bangladeshi community, go and talk to them. Suchi, if you are Tanzania and you know people from India who can support you, community from your surroundings, go and talk to them. Daljit, thank you very much. You have been with every community pretty much, and I have been very, very thankful to you. Couple of people have to take the names: Mandeep Singh Bell, Daljit, Sher Singh. These are the people I'm very, very grateful. They have been doing the fight for me. Now, I have been asking to every single community person as well. I have been in touch. I have been in touch with community people in Christchurch. I have been in touch with community people in Auckland. I have been in touch in Hamilton. I have been in touch in Tauranga. I have been in touch even in outside of New Zealand. And my phone never stops ringing. I want my sleep back. I want my life back. But before, I want my sisters and brothers back in this country. Now, if I don't know, Shuchi, what's going to happen. Miyako, I don't know what's going to happen. Robbie, I don't know whether your daughter can come back to you and say your dad ever again. But if it doesn't happen, Daljit, if it doesn't happen, Nidhi, I will not claim myself as a human being anymore. Okay? Nobody wants to be a leader. We want to be a family. We want to stay together. Kanis, one more question to you. When
before you ask me that question, I do want to add to that, as I know that it is your birthday today, and happy birthday on this platform.
Happy birthday, my friend.
And you are working all the. You are on this day instead of spending your day with family. You are here on this platform supporting all these migrant workers and giving us time, your precious time. I mean, it is again very commendable and very appreciable. So thank you so much. I mean, I don't think even I can do that.
I have to correct your information. It's not my birthday actually, so I have to say that.
Oh, where did I get that information?
But anyway, happy birthday.
Tomorrow? Is it tomorrow?
No, it's not tomorrow. Okay, I have a birthday. I will tell you when will be my birthday. My birthday will be when everybody will have their life back. My birthday will be when Shuchi will come back. I know Shuchi is a chef, so I know when she'll come back, she's gonna make a delicious.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what
Can we make a big claps for the words? Can we make a big claps for the words?
Yeah.
Yes.
Love is something that I make a family in New Zealand. I have been teaching in New Zealand since 2014, if I'm not mistaken. And I have been very, very close to all of my students till now. I have been very lucky to be accompanied with their love. I have done last 6 birthdays with my students only. I never got a chance to see my wife as well because my whole day was actually spent with my students, and that was something that I'm not really proud of, but I did try whatever I wanted to do. I should be more professional, but somehow this is who I am. But this program is not about me. This program is about you people. Okay, so I want to say you something if time allows me. Miyako, I want to thank you because you have contacted me from your side and you have came along for the brothers and sisters from another corner of the world. And this is what we call, Daljit, this is what we call Nidhi, a real family, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And to do this real family, Maruf, I'm going to travel every corner of New Zealand. I don't know how
Thank
long
you
my
so much.
finance capacity will allowing me. I don't get social benefits here, still not. I'm not going to claim it. And I don't know how long my time will allow me. I don't know how long I will be having that, what do you call, capacity. I'm going to meet Christchurch Multicultural Council on Monday. I'm going to have a meeting with another political party tomorrow. I will not take the name. It's going to be one of the biggest meeting tomorrow in 10 o'clock in Christchurch. And they have invited me. I'm going to meet hopefully the Honorable Education Minister by 27th. I'm going to meet Labour-led Indian origin MP as well on Zoom, of course, because traveling is still not the comfortable thing. And I'm in constant touch with Stuart Smith. I'm in constant touch with Romy Udanga, the head of Multicultural Labour, who is electing from, who's going to do the election from North Shore as well. So my point of view is very clear. I'm not a political person, okay? So don't judge me on that. I'm trying to make friends everywhere so that people, can come back and see our situation. So it's about compassionate, right? This is what I learned from our Prime Minister. So this is what I'm going to spread. So my traveling around New Zealand, I hope if I go to Auckland, I'll see a lot of you as well. I can meet Miyako, Daljit, or Daljit, are you in Auckland or Wellington?
Just came Auckland for tomorrow.
Okay, so if I go to Auckland or Wellington, I will meet a lot of you as well. But in the same time, Shuchi, I will be in touch with your fiance as well. Okay.
Yes.
If he needs the mental support, if he needs anything that I can help with, I would be honored to do that.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
I would
Thank
like
you.
to give my last comment and last words on before we end up. This is thank you, Rahman sir, and thank you, Denise ma'am, for joining us today and giving us a view how we can deal up with this situation. And for our other migrant workers, brothers and sisters, I would like to say, be positive, keep fighting, and we are doing things in a very positive way. It's just taking time, but hope is something which we need to be on at the moment. And tomorrow I'll try myself to come live straight away from the Migrant Worker Association, that what are the topics which are being discussed and how deep are we going in terms of talking with MPs and trying to get the lives such as Nidhi, Suchi, Bharat, and or like me as well to bring back on track, and what kind of measures we can do it. So please be positive
Yeah,
and
please be
try to
positive.
be on the same platform.
I just
Mahfouz,
need to
actually,
I
I
need to
want
read a
to.
comment. Sorry, I just need to read a comment because that person is commenting for so much time. Uh, I can share my story too, but I don't know how to pronounce the name. Bhotik Patel, maybe from Gujarat. So please do feel free to text us or email us, and that will be okay. Yes, Ravi, sorry.
I just need a couple of minutes from you. I'm sorry to interrupt
No,
you.
sure. It's your
Actually, I
problem.
mean, to be honest, I don't have any answer for my wife's questions. So in front of everyone, I want to say something to my wife and to my daughter. I'm extremely sorry about that. Whatever they are asking for a couple of weeks, I know nothing can be recovered. Whatever she lost it. To be honest, they are not, ready for the better life for the New Zealand. The main fact is they are missing me a lot. And I really don't know either I can meet because the situation is very bad in my country. And I want to say sorry to my wife. I'm extremely sorry. I'm taking all the blames to me. I'm not giving any blame to the system. I'm not giving any blame to the rules and regulation, not even the government, because she did extremely good job. I really appreciate her, but I'm taking all the blame on me. I'm so sorry. I bringing to you here. You missed your dad. You not even see when your dad is passed away. So actually, I don't have any words. Except the sorry. I'm so sorry for that.
Don't be sorry, Rabin. Don't be sorry.
Don't be sorry, because you know
Yeah.
what, your daughter is a fighter, and I have spoken to her yesterday.
You. So
Yeah.
supporting to him, Mahfouz sir, we are just
Yes.
requesting you to, why can't you go and meet immigration minister? Then
Why can't I
everything
go
going to be
and
solved.
because I don't believe in meeting. I believe in presenting. So I have
Yes,
presented my facts.
but
Let
like
me
at least you can explain him really, like, what really we are feeling, like,
I am in constant touch. I'm in constant touch with the government party and the opposition as well. I have presented all of my facts to the ministries. I have presented all of my facts to both the parties, both the major parties. I'm about to write a big email to New Zealand First as well, and explain them the situation the migrants are going on. I have called Right Honorable Deputy Prime Minister Winston Peter myself, and I can show you the evidence as well. And his office has advised me to call him on Monday morning. I'm pretty sure there are chances that I would be able to meet quite a few faces. But when I'm going to meet the faces, I'm a person academically. What I do a lot of research. So once I finish that program, I will go and look at the statistics and research and things like that. So I am making it. Now my team are really hardworking, but we are not, you have to understand, my hands are tied, my legs are tied to the system as well. But I have done whatever I can do, and I have asked for appointments to every minister. And it is started to come back. I have got an email from the Honorable Todd Muller's office as well today. He is going to talk to me. I have got an email from the Deputy Prime Minister's office as well. He is going to talk to us. I have got a very positive email from the Labour Party. I'm not going to take the name of the MP as well. So why I can't meet them? I am meeting them in Zoom, in a closed door meeting. The reason, because of the COVID-19 and things, I'm still not allowed to travel that much. It's still in level 1 and things like that. So the MPs and the ministers, they are still taking the health cautions and things, but we are meeting online. But again, look, the only message I can give you, Bharat, the only message I get is, what is the hope? Now, I don't want the hope. Am I clear? I don't want the hope. All right. I do not certainly want to go to hospital and a doctor would say me, oh, I'm giving a hope. How much hope? 50% Shuchi, you can survive. I don't want that. All right. I want a medicine. I want a medicine, and that medicine is not going to be a 4 minutes medicine. I want a proper medicine. Am I clear? And I'm doing that. I want you guys' help as well. I want you people to.
We're always with you. We're always there with you.
My phone is 24/7 open.
Yeah,
Please do not hesitate to call me. And Miyako, whatever time you text me, anybody, whatever time you text me, call me, you always get a reply, right, from me. Whatever I'm doing, I'm very transparent. I'm getting an email, I'm putting it to the WhatsApp group, if you see that. Whatever confirmation I'm getting, I'm telling you what I'm doing. Now, I'm not gonna give you false hope. I'm not gonna tell you that I'm gonna meet the Prime Minister tomorrow. No, I don't think we need to. If we have a small problem and we have to go and sit to the Prime Minister every time, that's not Prime Minister's job. Clear? Immigration has nothing to do with Prime Minister. Unless Kanis, as I know, my limited knowledge, if that tells me, immigration matters. If it's only serious, then the Prime Minister can intervene. Am I right, Kanis?
Yes, that's correct.
So I don't think everybody has to go to Jacinda Ardern. I think you need to go to the immigration. The immigration minister post COVID-19 Act Nidhi, we gave him the supreme power.
Yeah.
Right. So why don't we go and talk to him? And I'm going to go and talk to him. And I have asked his appointment. I'm going to go and talk to him physically. And I have clearly mentioned, please do not give me a half an hour meeting time. All right. I need at least 1.5 hours with you. And I'm going to bring some real statistics. And I said him on my email, I'm going to, like, if it's privacy, I can't share. I will say him, don't talk to me, look at the paper. And if you don't look at the paper, if you want to not to look at the paper, and you want to give me hope, that's something different. Yes, sorry, who is that, Nidhi?
No, it's the daughter.
Maruf,
Missing her father.
Yeah, Maruf and Shubhan and who else? Yeah, Maruf and Dev. You guys have joined from Bangladesh. Please convey my message to my motherland.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely.
I miss my motherland, just like many of you. I haven't been to home. When I came to New Zealand, I went to home after 5.5 years. I have been away since 2006.
Same.
Since 2006, I left my home. I was in UK for 5 years, and then I moved here. Right, so I have been away from home for near about 14 years, and I miss my motherland.
Yeah,
And
Definitely, right.
yeah, and I was very lucky. My parents had a chance to visit me last year.
Yeah, I saw that. That was really nice. I had a plan too.
Everyone, my name is Shakila. I am Salsabila's daughter.
Yes, sweetie, we can hear you. All right, I think we just lost the connection, but anyway, so that's what I'm trying to say. Like, look, Nidhi, just like you, just like Shuchi, anybody, Nidhi and Shuchi, you guys are with your parents at the moment, right? One sense, I would be saying you are very, very lucky.
Yes.
Right? You are very, very lucky.
That's the best blessing.
Yeah. So take their blessing, and I am one of the unfortunate person who cannot stay with my mom and my dad, and I have to tell how.
Could I add to that something?
Yeah, even I want to add.
You. Sorry to stop you. I feel really blessed that I'm with my family, because I could be stranded like somewhere where I don't know anyone. But honestly, it doesn't, like, for my family and the current situation doesn't feel like a blessing. I feel like I'm a burden on them, because I look at them and they're constantly worried for me. They're constantly
I have to stop you
worried.
here. I have to stop you here. No more negativity. Nobody is a burden, okay? You guys are the power, okay?
No.
You are the one who make your... Yes,
I'm
Nidhi?
so sorry. It's not a burden. I'm not going to say burden, but what I would say is that they just have a little hope and faith in God, praying constantly, you know, for us to get back, because they cannot see tears in our eyes, and they are just too worried about our uncertainty we are facing in the life. I wish we could enjoy even 5 days with them. I wish we could. But we're not enjoying it all. We are blessed that we're with the family. Even they are happy to have us. That's not an issue. And our parents support us 100%, but the only thing is they are worried because of their invested so much in us, and we are absolutely upset every day. My mom says, you were like a cheerful bird all the time, you know, roaming around here and there. I'm the most pampered kid in the family, and now I've lost my smile. She says, I hate to see you like this.
Look.
I do
See,
smile.
You haven't lost your smile completely, okay? So we will tell one thing, Kanis, that message that I want to pass to everybody, okay? Whoever watching me at the moment, wherever you are watching me, okay? One thing, when you talk about positivity, that positivity should comes with facts, right? And right now I have to accept, Nidhi, sorry, that I don't have too much facts in my hand. Why I do not have too much facts? Because the system has created the wall that they don't even know. They do not even know when that wall will be broken. But what I can do, what Kanis can do, we can knock the system every time, right? We can keep telling them, hey, look, you need to do this. Now, what I am looking onto that, Nidhi, that you do not need to beg. You do not need to plead. Am I clear, Sandeep? You do not need to, you do not need to be the beggar of the whole world. No. What you need to know, what is your right? Okay. What is your legal chances? What is your legal opportunities? And what is your legal facts to bring back your case to Immigration New Zealand? And Kanis, hopefully you can give me some further ideas later as well. You and me can work together, and we can make sure that, because law-wise you'll be much more wiser than me anyway. So if you just give us a little more assistance, and hopefully we will be doing pretty good. And as I said, Miyako, you know, like as I said, Shuchi, no false hope. Okay, no 4 minutes hope. I have run the program for more than 2 minutes, 2 hours, sorry, huh? So no false hope for me, no false anything. But one thing, Kanis, me, Daljit, of course, Daljit has been a brother and friend to me from last 3-4 weeks, or Sandeep, Bharat, everybody. You know what, before I finish this program, I'll tell you, I feel like I know Sandeep for ages. Like I have been talking to him, I think for 2-3 days. I feel like Shuchi is my own sister. I feel like Miyako is just like my elder sister who keeps telling me what is the facts and things like that. And I can see my elder sister is watching now, actually. She's watching me. So I can actually see her name there. So it's quite, you know, kind of scary for me, because she will start criticizing me now. But anyway, then I can feel Bharat is just like the, Bharat, I used to have a student with the same name. You know, like, I feel like you are that person whom I know forever. I feel like Rovi's daughter is my own daughter. Like, this is what I feel like. I'm talking to Maruf only for 2 days, but I feel like I know him for ages. I feel like Dave is my own brother. I feel like, you know, like, if I think the one thing that I wanted to make sure, the positivity, Nidhi, when you are in India or Japan or wherever you are, you have your family. When you come back here, you have another family.
Yes.
Right? Okay. And I will try.
I'm dying to come back to meet that family.
Yeah, all of
Don't
us.
die, because if you die, you can't come back. Don't die. Yeah.
Stay alive.
Stay alive. Stay alive.
I would request you, Rahman sir, before you put the petition,
I'm alive here.
you can put a big picture of Nidhi in front of that, and they just.
No,
read
I think so. I know it's a joke, but I'm not gonna do that, you know.
Yeah, just for
Because yeah, I'm just saying.
No,
I'm
don't
gonna
do that.
Yeah, no, of course, don't do that. Yeah, I'm gonna do something that represent everybody. Okay, and I believe
So everyone's picture. Sorry.
Not everyone's picture, no, but it can be everybody's feeling as well, right? It doesn't need to be picture all the time. Yeah. So it's not New Zealand family. I would say we have created a global family, and I request all of you to be with Multicultural Youth Association of Canterbury.
Yes.
Keep supporting us, keep giving us the love, and in exchange, I'm not giving any hope. Is that okay? certainly not a 4 minutes hope. But in exchange, we commit, Kanis, we commit to everybody our support and our facts. So my team is sitting with me at the moment, and they're researching the facts. We have not been sleeping near about 20 days now.
I think you need
True,
to.
Mahfouz. I don't know how Mahfouz is like managing everything. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I have a 9 to 5
He
job.
texts me all the time.
Robot.
And replies me all the time.
So I go to my work at 8:30 in the morning.
When do you sleep? When do you sleep?
I sleep when I think in my lunchtime, 12 to 12:30. That's my favorite time to sleep.
Or in the
When
class.
do you work? When do you work?
I can't tell that due to privacy reason, but I work I'm a teacher by profession.
Yeah.
And
like, when do you work? Because you are
I'm working
all the time.
Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 5.
Yeah, even night at 2 o'clock, I saw him.
Like, yeah, is it night, day, when?
Because yesterday, a day before yesterday, there is a girl from Gujarat, Nidhi, she texted me.
Yeah.
And she's in really bad condition. And I told her one thing: if you want to be Sushant Singh Rajput, people will know you for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. If you want to be Amitabh Bachchan or if you want to be Rekha, please survive.
True.
Right? And nobody is going to think about you after 25 years if you're not surviving. Life is much more important than immigration and everything. So for my help,
100%.
I just told Sandeep, I was driving to Fox Glacier last weekends back, and I was hoping to meet him actually, but I didn't know him. But I do drive a lot. I do drive from Auckland to Christchurch. I do drive the whole country. I have done that 5 times. So I know pretty much every place. So yeah, I hope to catch you guys soon.
Stay strong, everyone.
Stay strong, everyone. I want to thank all of you. I want to thank Kanis for giving us precious time. And I want to remind you. I want to remind you to be in the support for 23rd. I would repeat that date for our viewers. 23rd of June, which is a Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. New Zealand time. I would repeat, 23rd June, 8:30 p.m. New Zealand time. We are bringing Arunima Dhingre. She is the co-founder and director of AIMS Global Education and Immigration Agency, one of the pioneers who are actually helping us a lot. And Arunima is watching us. Thank you very much, Arunima, for watching. But we are going to bring you on 23rd, and we're going to talk a lot of immigration matters one-to-one. And of course, we cannot, I hope to bring you back in one of my further edition. I hope if I can bring Todd Muller back, or if I can bring Deputy Prime Minister back, I would be bringing at least some of you, if not most of you. That would be kind of something. And I got a question from a minister's office today, I'll tell you. That question was, how many viewers do you have? I said, very few. But if you come, there will be a server crash. So you want to come? So you want to do that? Yeah, exactly. It's good to see you smiling, Suchi. Right? Good to see you smiling, Nidhi. Where is Miyako? I don't know where is she here?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's here.
Thank you very much. I have to say all of you goodbye now, but we'll be in touch. Kanis will be in touch with you as well. And it doesn't matter which country I am from. Just to
Thank you,
last words.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Just before I finish, it doesn't matter. Yes, Bharat, do you want to say something? Bharat?
First of all,
Your voice is breaking, Bharat.
not you. We need to thank you.
No, don't thank me. You can thank me when Shuchi and Nidhi will come back, when Ruby will
We'll thank you together. We'll thank you together with
Don't thank me. Arrange a party and I will tell you exactly what I need.
Sure, we'll do that. Just call us back.
I cannot tell it in the public media, but I'll exactly tell you what I need. But
We've got a pastry chef already with us.
Yeah.
I didn't mean that. I didn't
I'll
mean that.
keep
I
you
meant
posted for tomorrow's event. What's going on over there?
yeah,
Okay.
sure. Yeah. So watch
Yeah,
Daljit at
okay.
tomorrow's event. Watch
Yeah.
Daljit. Yeah. Let me quickly wrap up.
Yeah.
I want to before we wrap up, because our listeners want to hear from you as well, one by one. Kanis, just from you at the beginning. So how do you feel coming to this program? Do you feel we are in the right track?
Well, it was an honor. First of all, it was an honor to come here and talk to you guys and talk to everyone, and in such a great platform where we actually work for human and humanitarian rights and all. So I am always there with you, behind you. I all I can say is I won't be able to probably work as much as you are doing, but I will try do as much as I can. And yes, I want to meet Suchi, Nidhi,
Everyone. You want to meet
Robbie's,
everyone.
Robbie's daughter, everyone here in New Zealand, here together. Maybe we can hire a war memorial hall for a reunion
For a
party.
big family. Yeah,
Right.
Yes, so that would be nice. I would love to come there and meet everyone in person. So thank you so much for inviting me here and giving me the
Thank you.
opportunity to
And
speak.
you.
Thank
I want
you.
to say to all my listeners, if you have immigration matter, do not hesitate to write to us. We'll pass it to Kanis with honor as well. Thank you, Kanis. Dave,
Thank
very
you.
short, if you want to say something. I'm going to go to everyone.
First of all, thank you very much, Mahfouz Bhai, for inviting me, and thanks everyone there who are fighting for our right, especially to Nidhi. Thank you very much. You helped me to go to Tarama, and I'll just say one more time that stay strong, and we'll meet each other in New Zealand. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Shuchi, very short, if you want to say something.
Yeah, I would just like to thank the Mr. Mahfouz and everyone involved behind the scenes, helping and working for us. My only goal is everyone comes back home, and yes, like we said, we celebrate together, and that would be like the goal. And please stay positive and united. That's what we need right now. Have a little bit of faith.
What about the pastry thing?
I know, right? I was just about to say that.
Good to see you smiling again. I can make people smile. Good to know. Nidhi.
Right. I'm not going to say thank you right now because I want to come back first, and then I'll say thank you to you. Right. And Suchi has promised that she's going to bake a biggest cake as well. So when we are back,
True.
and she's promised me a lot of other things as well. So I'm not going to say that. That's off record. She probably hit me in the end. Thank you so much, guys, for the support. And Dave, you're always welcome. I know we are connected. We just got connected, and I'm there to support you guys as much as I can as well. And thank you so much for your support, though.
Thank you. Miyako.
Yes, thank you for having me today. I know that I'm the least affected here, but I always check the news and am very frustrated alone, and I had no idea. I wanted to help everyone, but I didn't know what to do, and then I just kept asking me questions, what can I do, what can I do? People are suffering and they are needy. So I'm glad now I got this platform and connected to other people in migrant community, and then I'm hoping I can do more to help.
Thank you very much, Miyako. You have been an asset to us. Sandeep.
Yeah, I just want to thank everyone just coming along with us, and I hope that our lives will go back to normal. Like, you know, in the whole world is appreciating New Zealand. Like, everyone is going back to normal. Like, the life is going back to normal. There is no lockdown, anything like this. But I don't think so. Like, people like us are suffering too. That people know this thing. So I hope it get back to normal for us too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Rabiul.
I want to give thanks to all.
And I want to say thanks to your daughter and wife as well.
I want to give thanks to all except Mahfouz, because I know, he deserves more than that. He deserves more.
Thanks, Mahfouz, for doing such a great job. And I just want to say that.
Thank you. Thank you. We want to see you, Mrs. Robi. Thank you very much. That's Mrs. Robi, actually. Yeah.
I just want. She is beautiful.
Hello.
Yeah.
We can hear you. Yeah.
She is.
Yes, Mrs. Robi, we can hear you. You can carry on.
I just want to say that now I'm very tensed about
I think due to the signal, we are
Depends
not
so
getting.
much. I even not can say any pressure right now because already I lost my dad, and I just want to be with him. That's it.
And you got so many brothers and
Thank
sisters
you.
with you now. And for
Yes.
Salsabil, so many uncles and aunties. I'm going to, who is left? Bharat. Have you gone to Bharat already? Bharat? No, Bharat.
Yeah, I would like to thank you everyone, and I'm hoping everyone will be here soon. And as I'm being a chef, we'll come together everybody. Once everybody is here, then I'll make a nice, the best world's biryani for everyone. And I will.
Is it going to be the Hyderabadi dum biryani? That's something I
It's been a long
love.
time that we haven't eaten yet.
Exactly.
Because
It's been a
I'm
long
basically
time.
from
Yeah.
Hyderabad. So Hyderabad biryani is a world famous. Then I'll make it for everybody.
Yeah.
That's my promise.
Before I go back to Maruf, when you come back, bring back some sweets. I know the immigration has some
Definitely,
restrictions,
I will.
but I
For
love
everyone.
Bengali sweets. I miss them. But anyway, yeah, let's come to Maruf.
Thank you, everyone. Again, I'm not going to thank Mahfouz yet because, he knows. Another message to the government that we are a bunch of smart people here, stuck. We have always been contributing. It's not like, yes, good thing we're not going to beg and stuff because we are smart enough to help ourselves. But since we want to thrive even more than ever, just help us getting back. We're going to take all the responsibilities and we'll do better than ever. So yeah, thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Daljit.
Okay, thank you so much, guys, for having me. Thank you, Kaniz ma'am and Rahman sir as well, for giving me the platform to speak for our migrant workers. And be strong, Nidhi, be strong, Suchi, Bharat, Dev, everything, Sandeep. And whatever's going to happen in the coming time will be helpful news. Don't worry, we will keep you guys posted. And don't lose hope. And whatever comes, just be strong, fight for it. And we will overcome this situation very soon.
Thank you very much. Is there anybody whom I forgot, or everybody has spoken?
Last, you are the one now.
Last, I'm the one. Okay. I want to conclude this program. It's not a conclusion. You're going to meet again. I'm pretty sure. I want to thank everybody who is watching from India, Bangladesh, Japan, and even from Kenya. Yeah. So that's a great achievement. So thank you, everybody. And it's been a while we have been to this thing. And we want all of you to be back, not only back, we also want your jobs, your finance situation, your visa securities and things, just like a human being. So it's not about bringing you back only. It's about bringing you back with dignity, the dignity that you want. It's not about selling your faces. It's not about selling your emotion. It's about bringing you back. And thank you very, very much for being with us. And Team Multicultural Youth Association, I have to thank few people, all right? I got my IT person from Russia. His name is Ilya. He has been so wonderful, not sleeping for nights after nights and making event promotions, websites, our Facebook page, everything we saw in virtually, this is he. So see the connection. And then I got our communication president from Punjab. So he is from the greater Punjab side as well, Akshay, who has been helping me for all kind of Zoom communication. And if there is any technological problem, I'll go and shout to him. Right? But that's not actually like today what happened. It's nothing to do with us. It's just Facebook, right? So, but I was very, very grumpy. And he kind of tolerates my grumpiness because he understands that this is the bigger picture. I got with me another person who is watching. He's from Sri Lanka, Dakshina. Dakshina came here in 2014 as well. I got people from Vietnam. I got people from China, Japan now. Miyako is here. People from Brazil, one of my ex-student and colleague from Brazil, Aline, she was watching it. So I got friends everywhere, right? And I believe friendship can solve it. I believe if there is a Jesus, if there is a God, if there is Allah, if there is a Ram, or if there is a Buddha, or if there is anybody else, this we all talk about love. Right? So right now it's not to think about who belongs to which community. Right now it's not belong about geological or geographical differences. It's all about bringing us together. And I want my viewers to hashtag it. So we are with you, the more you provide the hashtag, the more we will be motivated. I will be with you. Thank you very much. This is your viewer. This is your host, Mahfouz, saying a very warm goodbye in a very chilly Christchurch environment. And Suchi, I can't be jealous anymore. You are living in a tropical country, and I'm kind of getting the temperature that I can't tolerate, but it's okay. Thank you very much, everybody. Please do not forget to catch me. Please do not forget to catch me on 23rd of June, 8:30 p.m. New Zealand time, and 28th of June, 7:30 p.m. New Zealand time. We'll be in touch. Love you all. Thank you, Kanis. And love you all. And hopefully we will meet again. Thank you very much, my viewers. If you have any question, do not hesitate to write to me. mysc.official@outlook.com. I repeat, mysc.official@outlook.com. Thank you very much, my migrant brothers and sisters. We are a big family. We'll meet you again. And that's going to be our party time, our happy time, our enjoyment time. With that hope, I wish everybody a very blessed weekend. I wish the whole New Zealand, the whole world, to be free from the global pandemic. And may God, may Jesus, may Ram, may Allah, whatever religions you believe, can bring your life back. Thank you very much, and please keep me in your prayer. See you guys again.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
you.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.